Alrighty, welcome to Miss Pollard's Flipaclip tutorial for onions and frames. Today we're going to learn how to create a bouncing ball and a moving stick figure. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on your Flipaclip app and then you're going to click on the plus sign to get a new project. And so since we're doing onions and frames for a bouncing ball and a moving stick figure, I'm going to name this one ball and figure. Okay. I also would love for you to put your company name in there. My company name is Polyfilm. If you do not have a company name, you may put your last name. So I'm going to create my project. You come up to a blank screen here. And what you are going to do is you will look down here and see frame 1. And frame equals what? Picture, right? So we're going to create our first picture. Over here you have your tools. You have your pen, eraser, and those are the two things we will need for this lesson. I'll click on my pen and I see my pen here, how big I want my ballpoint pen, and my color. I click on my color and I could choose any color that I like. Now when I click on my pen, you'll see a pencil, a paintbrush, and a highlighter. I'm going to click on my paintbrush here and then create some sort of point for my paintbrush, and then I'm going to create or click on a color. As of right now, I'm going to choose black in the most opaque color, not transparent. So I will click off my screen, and the first thing I will do is draw my ball down here. Now the thing about onions and layers, for example, onion means layer, and what else has layers? Ogres. This is correct. And so what is interesting about that is when I draw my first picture, knowing that animation equals what? Moving pictures, that's correct. I need to move this ball. And how will I do that? I will click on this plus sign here. And now you have what is called an onion. And now I'm going to create my next layer. Now we want this to be a moving ball. We don't want to have any glitches. And so it wouldn't make sense to draw my bouncing ball up here because it'll look like a glitch. It'll go from there to there. That would make no sense, okay? So I'm going to put my bouncing ball right here, right on top to create an onion. Then I'll create my moving ball this way. Now it's okay if your ball is not shaped the same way. We're not worried about making the same shapes every single picture. But what we will do is to make sure that we understand our onion and understand frames. So right now I have 7 frames, meaning 7 pictures. And I am creating my ball to bounce on the ceiling. And then I'm going to allow it to bounce to this side of my screen here. So as I'm creating my bouncing ball, do you see how I am continuously making sure that my ball is on top of the onion that came before it? We don't want any glitches. And so I'm going to make my ball go over here. And then I want my ball to bounce down like this, on down. Once I have that, I think I want my bouncing ball to go back to the left, right over this way. And now I have 21 frames. I'm already moving. Most animations that are about 30 minutes long have maybe 10,000, maybe more frames. And knowing that it's 30 minutes, and when we're watching certain things like Shrek, SpongeBob, things like that, you will see that it will create different views of different pictures. For example, blinking or walking things like that. And so we are literally probably making maybe an 8-second video, maybe even smaller than that, maybe even lower than that. We only have 29 frames. So just imagine being an animator working on this and trying to get as many frames as you can to create a wonderful movie. Okay. So now I have ended my bouncing ball there. That's probably my start position. And now I am going to press play. All right. You are welcome to go all the way back to see how your ball would look, or you can click on your slider here to go back to the beginning, or you may click on the rewind button. So I'm going to rewind and press play. And now you have a bouncing ball. When it is in this actual preview, it'll play over and over and over, okay? So now you see that bouncing ball. How did you do? I hope you did amazing. I'm sure you did. So I'm going to tap my screen to stop. And yes, you will get some ads that will happen here for sure. So let's allow this to play. Now with this current Flipaclip version, we will see ads, but just allow it to play and that'll be okay. So now we're about to work on our stick figure, and I would love for our stick figure to interact with our ball or not. That's completely up to you. I'm going to make my stick figure a different color, maybe red. You can always just swivel around and make it a different color. And so I'm going to have red. And what I will do is I'm going to just create my stick figure like this, do its thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did with my ball, okay? I'm going to allow it to just draw right over it like that. And he's like, whoa, okay. Here is this ball coming towards me. I'm just a happy little stick figure. I don't know what's happening. And then I'm going to make this point a little smaller and like, whoa, uh-oh. Whoa. Bring that down. Whoa, he's still, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ball's about to hit me. No. And coming out. Oh. Or maybe I'm going to have the eyes look like that. No. And what I'm doing is I'm going to make it look like my little person is falling right here. Kind of move the stick figure over to make it look like it's falling. Bring it back this way. Oh no. I'm just a poor little stick figure. Alright. And so what we are doing is we are creating our pictures to interact with each other. I'm going to kind of keep moving this way. And you don't need to be perfect on this assignment. I just want to make sure that you understand onion and frame. Okay. Maybe I'll have him kind of lay out for a second. Just lay out a little bit because he just got hit. That type of thing. And now he's just literally just down like that. And now I'm probably going to be like, oh no, just got me, ugh. It got me again. Okay. Ouch. Probably do like a, kind of have him just kind of go on, kind of go on over like this. Just bring him out, kind of just slide him out. Because he's been hit hard. Alright. So as you can see, we are making animation. And animation equals what? Moving pictures. Okay. And so he is out. And then we'll allow him to just be out for a little bit. And then I'll probably just keep them out. So let's start from the beginning and play. Oh no. Oh no. So you have now your stick figure and bouncing ball. Thank you for coming to my onion and frames class. If you have any questions, you can email me or just come see me in class. Have fun.